Okay, guys. Well, I think we're going to get started. We're a little past 6 o'clock, and I know it's a busy time for everybody. I know it's right around dinner time, and it is absolutely beautiful out. I'll try to keep this somewhat short, but I just definitely wanted to reach out to you guys and first of all welcome you. My name is Brandon Pedersen. I'm the principal at West Oak Middle School, and as you're going to hear throughout this presentation, we're very excited and we've heard a lot of great things about this incoming fifth grade class, and we just can't wait to get started with them. So I just wanted to kind of shoot out this as a kind of an informational guide. Being that this is more of a webinar base, I'm a little bit more privy to like Google Meet. You guys can always throw in a question in the chat room. Like I said, I'm still kind of feeling my way out through Zoom, so I'll get to your chat, your questions or comments really kind of at the end. So really just want to cover a few things. If you are new to the middle school, I'm sure you have plenty of questions, and by all means, there's a lot of differences and with the middle school compared to the intermediate school, and just want to touch upon those things tonight. By no means is this going to be the last time you're going to hear from me. We're going to have some obviously some events leading up to the first day of school. We're going to have like the day before school, we're going to have you guys in. If I haven't met you yet, we could definitely do it then. But we'll have a curriculum night the first couple weeks of school as well, and really just want to get to know you and really just welcome you to the middle school. So I'm going to get started here, but like I said here, as we go along, if you have any questions, feel free to put that in the chat room. This is going to be recorded just in case other people missed it, but also if if you have to leave by at any time, you can always pick it up as well. It'll be in the staff or the parent newsletter here next week. But yes, just want to get started here. Just some basic information for our sixth graders, and also just for parents, so as you go to support your child as well. So as I said before, my name is Brandon Pedersen. This is my fifth year in the district. I am completing the third year as principal. I was 2 years before that. I was the assistant principal. Really love this district. This group of staff that we have here is just absolutely phenomenal. Teachers, support staff, very supportive to what we do as a school and as a building, but even that much more supportive to kids, and they deeply care about them. And if you are, like as I said before, as you are new to the district, new to the school, you're entering a school that is your child's going to be very well taken care of. Two main point people that you are going to need to know is Miss Monroy and Miss Bahena. Those are our two front office ladies. Absolutely phenomenal. They are bilingual, so if there is a language barrier, they are more than willing to help you in any way, shape, or form, answer any questions. And if they don't know, we keep great communication, and I would definitely follow up with you in regards to anything that you need. If you have been in the intermediate school already, you already know our wonderful school nurse, Miss Marquez. She does a little bit of everything for us and just is a phenomenal human being and phenomenal nurse as well. And then also, if your son or daughter is in band or choir, I got to meet you last week. But our choir director is Miss Susan Borkowski, and also our band director is Kyle Mesa. So before we get started, though, this is some things that maybe you're not aware of, but we like to brag about this a little bit from now and then, every now and then. We are more than thrilled to be redesignated as an Illinois Horizon and National Forum Schools to Watch. Really, this is kind of a culmination of all aspects of school. It's a long application process. We had a building. A building site visit where we had various educators come in throughout the state, and after 3 years of initially being designated, we were redesignated this year. So couldn't be more happy and proud of our staff and what we've accomplished here over the last 3 years. Another thing here that is relatively new is our Marzano's high reliability schools designations. And anybody that knows Marzano is a huge figure in the area of education. So through our school here for the past couple of years, we have earned our way through different levels of these Marzano certifications. Last year, we earned the designation of safe and supportive and collaborative culture. That's our level one designation. Also, last year, we earned the level two designation of effective teaching in every classroom. And then finally, this year, I was just told today, actually, that we earned the level three guaranteed and viable curriculum designation as well. So really, really excited and proud of what we've been able to accomplish, not only connecting with our kids, but also just developing curriculum and instruction to meet their needs and prepare them for that next level as well. So just, as I said before, this is kind of an introductory kind of webinar just in regards to, things that are going to be different for next year. And, as I was talking with our fifth graders last week in regards to picking a few of their encore classes. Encore is the same as what we would call that as a special at the primary school levels. But I was talking with them. They had some great questions. You can tell they're excited and a little quite nervous to come over on our side. But I promise you, we are friendly and they're gonna like it over here. But in regards to the differences, some of the main differences that really we've identified is, we don't have a homeroom. We have 9 periods throughout the day, so there's going to be more classes. We don't have that one specific teacher that they're with the majority of the day. So a lot of our kids are going to have 6, 7 teachers, throughout their day, and really, and they don't walk in lines. They go from class to class. We obviously have tardy bells. There's just really more responsibility. One of the toughest things that our sixth graders have to learn, and they've every classroom that I talked to with the fifth grade last week was what's going on with these lockers and these locker combinations, and that is probably the hardest thing to learn in middle school. But I assured them that they're going to get some practice. I'm going to talk about sixth grade orientation. I'm going to talk about that welcome event where parents and families are going to be able to come in the day before school and practice with their lockers. And then I've also explained to them that our adults are going to be out and about the first few days, first few weeks, sometimes the first few months, helping our kids with their lockers. And I assured them that whatever locker they have as a sixth grader, they're going to have that same locker, that same combination in seventh grade and eighth grade. So they just have to learn one combination for their middle school career. Other things I'm going to talk with you about further is, the availability of sports and things that they can get involved in, clubs, activities. For a small school like us, typical to the intermediate school, we have about 280 kids total here right now. There's going to be so many things that they can get involved in, and I stress the importance of just getting involved because it's a great way to meet friends, kind of explore your interests, and really it just enhances the connection kids can form with school and with adults within the school as well. We want them to have a very positive experience, for the next 3 years of their lives. And then obviously you may or may not have already known is that kids, when they get to 11, 12, 13 years old, there are so many changes going on, physically, emotionally, chemically, and really what we do is we focus from a standpoint of we are taking advantage of teachable moments, and we if they're here coming in as a sixth grader, we want them to be here as an eighth grader, and we want to teach them to and prepare them as much as we can before they go off and into high school. But I just want to assure you all that we love working with our kids, and like I said before, can't wait to inherit this great class as well. So as I said before, we have a lot of periods in the day. Total, we have 9 periods, which means that there are 8 classes total, 45 minutes apiece. That does include that 30-minute lunch period. And as of right now, I've just started working on our schedule. I'll eventually get to the point where I'm developing each individual student schedule, and that is going to be available to parents and viewable to parents about a week before school begins here this summer. But yeah, overall, though, course-wise, we have leveled math and English. There are three levels of math. I know with fifth grade there were two levels with that accelerated, but three levels of math. The level that most students take is that going to be that sixth grade math that just teaches the sixth grade Common Core. From there, we get into accelerated sixth grade accelerated math, which it basically teaches seventh grade Common Core math. And then we get into honors math, which teaches two steps, which is eighth grade Common Core math there. Similar here, we have English language arts is also leveled, but it's only leveled in two ways. We have regular ELA and accelerated ELA. Same thing with accelerated, as it kind of goes to say here. It moves faster. It requires more depth, and really it just is more rigorous as well. If you have been in the district for a number of years, you already are aware that we have our dual language program. We offer dual language in the form of social studies and then also English or language arts. So that's where we see that dual language social studies, and we do offer that Spanish language arts, which is our dual form of language arts. The non-dual language part of that is just general social studies, and then what we call com arts as well. It's our supplement to just regular English language arts class. Every day they're going to have science. I know with our fifth grade class here, we have a lot of them in band and choir, which is absolutely amazing. So I think there's probably about 60 out of pretty much 80 kids are either in band or choir. So with that being said, each day they're going to have band choir. If they want to be part of both, they can be part of both. And we would do a kind of a split between, Monday they have band, Tuesday they have choir, and it kind of goes back and forth. For kids that are not in band and choir, they do not qualify for some form of math or reading intervention. We do have advisory, which is kind of a form of study hall, but we do incorporate some executive functioning and just some goal setting, that kind of thing here throughout the day as well. Each day they have a one period of PE, and then as I mentioned before, Encore is really the equivalent to primary schools specials. And what we offer with that is digital media arts, art, music, and project lead the way. Digital media arts is more catered towards graphic design, photography, video production. We have art, which is 2D, 3D, music, where they learn to play the piano, they learn to play guitar, and Project Lead the Way is really our STEM program, where as sixth graders, if they take Project Lead the Way, they do drafting and modeling, where they develop a prosthetic boot as well as a skimmer. As seventh graders, they get into to computer design, and then as eighth graders, and new to this year is robotics, which has been just a phenomenal addition as well. Our kids, they get to choose three out of those four. So and that's why I was talking with our fifth graders last week, is I was asking them to pick what three of those four are they most interested in, and I had them rank order, which ones they would love to have versus the one that maybe they don't, because I had told them I could guarantee that they get the first two, their top two, but I couldn't guarantee the third one based upon room and just availability. And then finally, last courses that are offered here is some students will also qualify for intervention and resource periods. That's just based upon their academic need as well. So sixth, seventh, and eighth grade is relatively the same throughout. As I mentioned here, there is going to be different units within our Encore, art, music, our art, DMA, Project Lead the Way they do offer a different different curriculum for each grade level. And then obviously here math with our sixth, seventh, and eighth grade are going to be progressively moving upward as well, to the point where math, if you qualify for honors eighth grade math, they would be taking the equivalent to geometry by the end of their eighth grade year. So just to help you parents, but also kids as well, is morning entry. Remember here, we start a half hour after the intermediate school. So we do start school at 8:25, really, just to make sure kids are properly supervised. We do not unlock the main door until 8:05. Students from there are able to be either in the cafeteria or the outside of the cafeteria is called the foyer area. There's a lot of seating around there. We've definitely invested in these wooden benches that the kids have absolutely loved. Breakfast is an option. As past years, breakfast and lunch are free. We encourage them to get their food. And what I tell our kids is don't wait till the tardy bell. As soon as you enter the building, go get your food and eat that so that you have a full stomach going into your day. Different from the intermediate school is students eat in our cafeteria. There is no seating chart. You can sit at any table you would like. So there is some flexibility with that. And we do have one microwave. What I encourage with parents is that if you are going to send your kid to school with something to heat up, please don't make it like something that you have hard noodles where it takes 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes to heat up before you eat because they don't really have a ton of time. But kids for the most part here during, for lunch, it takes them about 5, maybe 10 minutes to eat. They eat pretty quick. And really what we have within that 30-minute lunch period is we give them about 15 minutes to eat and we give them some grace and we have two supervisors in there to kind of give them a little flexibility for some of our slower eaters. But really, they've been sitting down all day. We want to get them up. We want to get them moving. We give them a 15-minute recess. If the gym is available and the weather isn't very good, will go into the gym and they can play volleyball, basketball, soccer, or we can get them out on the soccer field as well for those 15 minutes. So I know our kids really enjoy that. Dismissal, students are dismissed at 3:25. The kids that get picked up, they go out door number one, which is really our main entrance. And then the kids that take the bus, they leave out door number 9, which is, I believe, where most of our intermediate school kids walk in the door at the beginning of the day. So door 1 is where they get picked up. Door 9 is where they leave to go out by the buses. And then just so you're aware, I did mention here in regards to having a number of sports and activities and clubs to get involved in. We do offer two 4:30 buses and two 5 o'clock buses Monday through Thursday. We don't have any activities on Friday. And that way they can get home safely, and that way it doesn't burden you with coming to the school as well. I say two buses because one bus is more kind of that Vernon Hills, Long Grove area, on really the south side of the tracks. And then the other bus would be kind of more on the north side of the tracks. And that really helps them to drop off our kids for the 4:30 and get back to pick up our 5 o'clock kids and do the same thing. And so it really cuts down on that commute time when they're on the bus. So for our families that would like to drop off their children, what we do is to avoid the buses, if you can see, hopefully you can see my cursor here. Our buses go around the long loop and drop our kids off right here. And in doing so, with our kids that get dropped off by parents, they go through and they turn through that kind of that halfway median part. By doing this, it doesn't kind of stop. It doesn't slow down the buses. It doesn't slow down you with dropping off our kids, and it really kind of efficiently allows kids to get dropped off, whether they're getting dropped off by parents or dropped off by the bus. So, let me know if you have any questions with that. I did mention we have extracurriculars. I'm hoping I remember all of these, but really, it's just based upon student desire, and if we have the ability to have a staff member that is able to sponsor them as well. But in regards to sports, what I want you guys to focus in on, especially as sixth graders, is that there are certain sports that are only available to seventh and eighth graders, unless there's room for sixth graders to be part of it. But for certain here, if sixth graders coming in, they're able to be part of cross country, which is more long distance running here. That is going to be in the fall. We have wrestling during the winter time. And I should have included here cheerleading as well. That is during the winter. That's sixth to eighth grade. That's a no cut. Those are two no cut sports, as well as track and field. That is going on right now, and we'll finish up here in a couple weeks. So all four of those are no cut sports. We each year we always have a lot of kids that are interested in soccer, a lot in basketball, and then volleyball. We have never had to cut before with boys, and that has gotten so popular that we've had to cut here lately. but we have a number of sixth graders that have joined basket or volleyball just because and soccer just because there was that need and that there was room for them as well. So like I said, I really encourage them to kids to be involved in sports, try it out. But if sports aren't your thing, if you look down below, we have a number of clubs as well. Board game club was something that was made up, that was devised here just based upon kids wanting to start up a board game club, and found a sponsor. And it is that we are finishing up I believe, our second year of that, which has just been a great group of kids just connecting with each other and just kind of having fun. Broadcast Club is more video production. Yearbook is exactly what that means. That they are developing our yearbook for each year. They do a fabulous job, and I recommend each school year at the close of each school year to purchase that yearbook because it just captures so many pictures and memories. The kids do a great job with it. Art Club, Scholastic Bowl. Scholastic Bowl is more like trivia based. I kind of equate that to like a Jeopardy style, and we compete against other schools in our Patriot Conference. Club Coexist, which is really our inclusive club here. Kind of more directly aligned with the LGBTQ community. The L Project was something that was devised this year. This is due to the passing of one of our eighth graders here last summer, L Kim. This group does a lot of service projects and just kind of community-based things, just to kind of give back as L did. Mask is very similar to that. Mask is the Mundelein After School Coalition. We work in cooperation with Mundelein High School, Fremont Middle School, Carl Sandburg Middle School, and we go out and we do great things for our community. I know I was delivering turkeys during Thanksgiving, and we've wrapped Christmas presents, and we have a veterans dinner, and we do some highway cleanup. Just a great organization. It's just great to do that with the community. Tutorial is more based towards, academic needs, kind of a tutoring after school, absolutely free. National Junior Honor Society is something that is really just it is our most prestigious club or group, and that requires an application process. It looks at grades, but it also looks at the overall character of our kids. It's a national organization, and it is select as well. So hopefully after sixth grade, we can have some sixth graders apply for that and get in. We'll see. Other things going on is student ambassadors. Those are our leaders. I meet with them twice per month. We talk about ways that we can improve our school, make it better, but also they help towards building that culture and climate within the school. We want to give kids that voice, and just develop their leadership skills. So we've seen that just kids just grow enormously. But we do select 5 leaders per grade level, and those are really kind of my first line with speaking and understanding what's going on within our building. And next year we are exploring, reopening our theater club as well as starting up a cosmetology club as well. So pretty excited about that. Other items here, band, if you are already in band, just so you're aware here, registration is still available for summer band. That will be going on here, June. Also here, the band calendar will be given out the first week of school. What we do get into with band is we get into various concerts, spring, fall and spring. You guys have been part of that. Jazz band, we do a lot with NIMCON, and if anybody would like to get involved in band or jazz, we've been offering that either before school or after school, depending on grade levels. But with band though, what they do is they pull kids they're on a weekly rotating schedule where if they get pulled from science one week, they'll get pulled from maybe social studies the next week. And so we don't want kids missing out too much with the same instruction, but we also want to develop those band skills as well. Similarly to choir, you are all encouraged to join. If kids are not in it yet and they would like to, please reach out to Miss Borkowski. She's an absolutely phenomenal teacher, and an excellent choir director. But it's very similar here in regards to being part of different concerts, but also different competitions, and they've been on some field trips to various locations as well. Other items here, just from the health standpoint, I know our nurse, Ms. Marquez, mentioned that we need to get this communication out, and these letters are going to be going out within the next week or so. But we all, all sixth graders need to have an updated school physical on file. In doing this, they're able to, it's first of all, it's required by the state, but also they're able to participate in athletic events too, if that's what they would like. But sports physical is part of that. Immunizations are required, a dental exam, and and like I said here, Ms. Marquez is going to send that home shortly. Um, Important information for you all is I believe this is different from the primary schools, but most of our communication to home is electronic. Report cards, star reports, my parent newsletter, similar to the intermediate school there, but that is all sent home electronically via email. So when you come to register over the summer or now, please make sure that your email is correct, your phone number is correct, so we can always make sure you guys are receiving the information that you need. I always encourage parents to set up Power School accounts. That's something that we use quite a bit with our school, with the middle school. In doing that, you can see what kids' grades are, how they're progressing, what assignments they've completed, and to what extent they've completed them, grade wise. So it's extremely important to get on the parent portal and to make your own account so you can kind of monitor how your child is doing. Other bits of information for you guys is that we do have, our bus routes, our schedules. As I said before, I'm going to be developing each student schedule before I leave in June, and locker information, all that stuff that your child needs to start the school year. For you guys to start the school year, I'm gonna, that'll be sent out, shortly, at the beginning of August. And one of the things that I wanted to share out, and I'm going to send out reminders when I return back in July, is that we have what we call sixth grade student orientation. What that is that we just invite our sixth graders to come in on a morning, and that morning is going to be August 8th from 9 to 11. Our sixth grade teachers are just gonna meet them. I get to talk to them for a little bit, and then from there, they get separated into different groups, and they get to tour our school, explore the different classrooms. The teachers get to start getting to know them and developing those relationships. And oh, by the way, they get to practice with those lockers again as well. So it's really important. But like I said, I'll send out that information as we get a little closer here later on in the summer. But I would really love to meet them earlier and get them in the building as much as possible before that first day. So it kind of eases some of that anxiety and that nervousness coming from the intermediate school to the middle school. All right. Besides that, this is my contact information. Like I said before, Brandon Pedersen. I know that my last name's spelled a little funny, but it's Pedersen. That's my direct phone number and phone extension. If you have any questions, I would love to speak with you about them and get you and your child as prepared as possible. Besides that, though, I'm going to open this up. Like I said before, I'm a little green in regards to questions in this question format. But if you have any questions for me now, I would love to answer them. I'm going to open up this box here. I hope that's where they're going to pop up. So if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Okay, so I am not seeing any questions. Thank you for being my audience for tonight. I really appreciate it. And let me know if there's anything I can do to kind of help you and your child transition to our middle school. Like I said, we are looking forward to meeting and getting to know your child, and we can't wait to get started next fall. But besides that, I hope you guys have a great day. And what I say, in our announcements every morning is I always say go Wolfpack. So go Wolfpack and have a good rest of your night here. Thank you.